Okay, today we have a listener sample. That's always fun. And so I think this listener is from Mexico. So let's take a listen.
Hi, Carol. How are you? I'm trying to improve my English. I want to speak with a standard American accent, and I found your podcast very interesting. I was wondering if you could help me with this audio. What do you think I can improve? What should I work on? I really, really want to speak like a native. I hope when I make phone calls, people can't tell where I'm from. And I work as a journalist, both overseas and in the US. So having a perfect standard American accent will be really helpful. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Okay, so let's talk about this sample and let's analyze it according to the approximately 7 elements of a speech accent. So the first one is prosody. Prosody is kind of the way your speech flows, how it goes up and down, the rhythm, and all that. So overall, I think it's pretty good. I did notice that her voice goes up at the end of every phrase, kind of like this, more than usual. So it could be because she's sending in a sample and she's trying to think on her feet. But that's one thing that if it's prevalent in your regular conversation, you might want to change and just go down a little bit more. For instance, just now I went down at the end of my sentence instead of going up every time, like that. Also, the rate of speech. Americans can speak fast. However, I don't think we speak as quickly as probably people who are native Spanish speakers, even French or Italian. So maybe just slow down a little bit, just a little bit. So yeah, those are the main things I would say for prosody. That last phrase, it would be really helpful,
It will be really helpful.
That sounded very American. And maybe it was because it went down at the end, maybe just all the vowels and consonants and everything were just right. But that one sounded very American.
It will be really helpful.
Linking, how the words are linked together. Americans do tend to kind of link the words together. If a word ends in a vowel and then the next word begins in a consonant, we just kind of put it all together. I would say that's mostly good. It gets a little fast, especially when she's introducing herself in the beginning, but I think I cut out her name, so you couldn't tell how fast she said her name, but she said it very quickly. And the final T's are a little more noticeable than most Americans pronounce them. However, as a journalist, I can see why she's being very precise in her speech. Syllable stress. Syllable stress is mostly good. I didn't hear any words where the emphasis was on the wrong syllable. It was a very short sample, but in that sample, it was good. Word stress, I didn't hear too much of a problem with word stress, except, like I said before, there's a lot of going up like this and all the ends of the phrases. So normally we would smooth that out a little bit more. Okay, so vowels. The only one I really noticed was in the word audio. We say audio rather than audio. It sounded more like audio, like ow, ow. We want audio, audio.
Me with this audio.
Audio. Even though it's spelled AU, I don't know. We just say it this way, audio. All right, consonants. The only consonant problem I really heard was just sort of a missing consonant on the end of could. There was just one phrase where the D on the end of could wasn't really pronounced. I was wondering if you could help me. Even though the D is not pronounced strongly, it has to be there. And it sounded more like could. We'll listen to that.
If you could help me with this,
I was wondering if you could help me. Then the last element of a speech accent is more the word choice and the grammar. So it's not how you say it, but what words you're using. And the reason this is part of it is because that will also stick out to your listener and they'll notice that you might not be a native speaker because you are using different words than we would expect, or the grammar is just not quite there. And a lot of these little things that I'm going to mention are things that you might only pick up if you spent a lot of time in that country. So, for instance, what do you think I can do?
What do you think I can improve?
We would make that could do. So it's like the subjunctive form. Anytime you have I think, I wish, what might happen, anything that's kind of like up in the air, I wish, I would like it to happen, what do you think? Then we change to that subjunctive form of the verb. So instead of what do you think I can do, it would be what do you think I could do? What do you think I could do? And the same thing for when she's talking about people listening to her on the phone. I hope people can't tell where I'm from.
When I make phone calls, people can't tell where I'm from.
It would be I hope, since it's hope. That's an iffy kind of phrase. If is another one of those that would change to the subjunctive. So I hope people won't be able to or wouldn't be able to. I hope people, let's see, that's also future. So I hope people won't be able to tell where I'm from. I hope people won't. That's kind of in the future. I hope people won't be able to. But anyway, thank you for this sample, and I really enjoy getting these. So if someone else has a sample they would like to send in, you can send in just a little bit of conversation like she did. I think I have another episode where I actually have a story that you can download and relate to me. Anyway, that was fun. And if you liked it, please subscribe and have a nice day.